out and about is the sea and the sky. The sky here in the north is a constantly changing picture. We live on an island, and so we have the influence of the sea and the westerly winds on all our weather. Our seascapes, our skyscapes are an ever-changing picture, and all they ask is to be photographed and appreciated. Carry a camera on all your trips, and the pictures are there for everybody. Try to remember that the sky is always worth a look on sunny days. Billowing cumulus clouds are constantly changing shape and filling the sky with all kinds of fantastic shapes. The sky helps the landscape, and the landscape helps the sky to look as beautiful as these images of the coast at Bonus on Solway. The passengers in this jumbo jet flying over at about 30,000 feet don't know what they're missing passing over us at 500 miles an hour. Down at ground level, even the puddles are attractive on the marsh. As you can see here, this coast is eroding away at a fairly alarming rate of several feet each year. But what is washed away here is usually being deposited elsewhere as newly formed land, so it's not all lost property gone to sea. It's forming a new stretch of coast somewhere down the line. And we shouldn't be afraid to shoot straight into the sun. It's not still photography, this is video, and you can get away with things on video that you'd never dare to try with still photography. I remember when we used to do it on colour film, and you had to be very, very careful and keep the sun at your back all the time to get decent colour. But now with video, it's marvellous what we can get away with. On Carlaverock Nature Reserve, there's a lovely avenue of trees placed here either side of a path to hide people from the geese which feed in the fields on both sides. These whooper swans are winter visitors to the Solway from the Arctic. They come mainly from Russia and Spitsbergen, and whatever we might think of our winters here on the Solway, these birds think it's paradise. The air is never still on the bird reserve at Carlaverock. There's a constant movement of swans and geese. As the short grass they eat gets used up, they simply fly off to another field where the grass has had time to grow again, and so it goes on all winter from October till late April, when the birds leave again for the Arctic. The open areas of short grassland are ideal for the birds, but they're also ideal for breeding hares, and these endearing little animals can be seen all the year round at Carlaverock. Here's that tunnel of grass again at Carlaverock. It's looking from Scotland to England, and it's always a lovely view from that side of the Solway towards the Lake District on the English side, especially in the winter when the mountain peaks are covered in snow. So does the appearance of Criffel. Sometimes it's green and cheerful, and other times it's black and mournful. back in Carlisle, we are still out and about, but it's a totally different environment to the wild shores of the Solway. We've only moved inland 20 miles, but we're back in civilization, and this is what we all need in our lives, a change of scenery. It's great to be out and about when we feel the need for some fresh air, but it's also pretty good to have a taste of the city atmosphere, especially when the farmers' market and the continental market is on at the Town Hall Square. People these days are so much better off than they were when I was a boy at school. They all have cash to spare for snacks and drinks outdoors, and everyone seems to be carrying a bag of something, whether it's food or flowers or clothing or just sweets. And it's good for all of us to see people enjoying themselves like they are doing here. Wouldn't it be marvellous if we had a video of the Town Hall Square as it was in 1914? We can see pictures now and again of times in the Victorian days, but it was a drab, dour scene at the Town Hall then compared with what it is today. Before the war, buses and trams were all over the Town Hall, and people with farm produce for sale, and old women selling rudd and to colour the windowsills and steps of their terraced homes. What a film that would have made if we'd had the opportunity. So do it now, carry a camera and record what you see. People in the future will be happy to see what we were like and what we did in 2010. Do it.